leaving Fort William. You're now on what's said to be one of the world's top 10 scenic railway journeys. A view that's certainly shared by Hege Hans from the Friends of the West Highland Line.
What makes the William to Malling line special to the passenger is not only the fact that the scenery is gorgeous throughout, but it's such a varied scenery. Well, it takes in the mountains, the lochs and the glens, and then it ends up at the sea. It's spectacular.
Even the beginning of the route is impressive, crossing the Great Glen, the major routeway to the far northeast coast. Very soon you'll cross the swing bridge over the Caledonian Canal, with its view to the series of lochs known as Neptune's Staircase. It's the biggest flight of lochs on any of Scotland's canals, which were built over 200 years ago. 8 loch chambers take boats up almost 20 metres, a journey that takes about an hour and a half. But it actually takes several days to make the trip by canal and freshwater loch from here to Inverness. To find out more, Fiona MacDonald spoke to Scottish Canal's Ailsa Andrews and Linda Dodd, who works on the Great Glen Way, one of Scotland's long-distance routes.
So tell me about what it has to offer on the Great Glen Way, the canals. I mean, when you think of the Great Glen Way, it's always about, you're always thinking water, lochs, burns, rivers.
Yeah. I think the fantastic thing about the Great Glen Way and the fact that the Caledonian Canal runs alongside it is that you get a whole diversity of waterscapes. You've got the 22 miles of man-made canal, and the rest of the Caledonian Canal is actually made up of lochs. So you've got Loch Oich, Loch Lochy, Loch Ness and Loch Dochfor near Inverness. So there's never two patches of water exactly the same.
How long is that stretch of water?
It's 60 miles from coast to coast.
Yes, I can see a boat's about to go through the lochs here. Actually, we're hearing them grinding away behind us.
Yeah.
What we can see from sitting here is Ben Nevis, which is the tallest mountain in Britain. You can see the Annickmore Hills, and you can look into the back of Glen Nevis. You can hear the water lapping on the seaside. You can see here where we're sitting, Loch Eel meets Loch Linney, and so the water is a little bit shallower, and on good days you might see eagles and ospreys. As you travel through the glen, you'll see undoubtedly red deer. You might be lucky enough to see pine martens. Almost definitely you'll see red squirrels if you're up at the right time of day.
How long would you advise to spend?
Most people take 5 to 6 days. You could B&B it, you could hotel it, you could even camp it if you wanted to.
So what about the Great Glen? What does it mean to you? Is there anything special that you particularly have a little favourite place in your heart for?
There's a couple of places along Loch Oich where you have this wonderful mixture of trees and grasses and ferns, and the road is on the other side of the loch there, and you can just see it. So there's always a hint that we've been modernised. But you know, for a few moments each time, you could just sit and reflect.
And how about you?
Absolutely favourite bit of the canal is Lagan Avenue, which is a several miles of man-made canal, which is lined by really tall trees, and it's often the most tranquil part of the canal. The water is still. You feel as if you're completely alone in the world. It's just really a really beautiful place to be and to enjoy the water and the solitude. You really get a sense of the wilderness experience.